We joke in Bitcoin, we say Bitcoin fixes this. Yeah, Bitcoin fixes everything because it's pure energy. You want to fix your family, give them an endowment that'll last forever. Here's a Bitcoin, give it to your grandson's granddaughter. You'll be rich for the next 1,000 years. Just live off of the yield of the Bitcoin. Look, gold's worth $10 trillion. And if I take $1 billion and I buy gold, I have a 30,000 pound lump of gold sitting in a vault in the basement of JP Morgan in New York City. You can't rent it. No one's going to live in it. It's hard to mortgage it. You can't put a lien on it. You can't develop it. How do I upgrade the value of gold? Like a London Good Delivery 400 ounce bar is like probably the highest value gold. If I make it jewelry, it probably won't be upgraded. So it's challenging to develop gold or generate yield on gold. If I made it digital gold, then I can move it at the speed of light, and my maintenance costs fall and my custody rights increase. And then what you realize quickly is it's not gold, it's property now. Because now I've got the equivalent of $1 billion digital hotel or digital building. And if it's digital building, then I can put a lien on it. I could lock it up for the next 5 years. You know how, like, if I had a building in New York City, I could sell the air rights. And if you sold the air rights to a building, you might make millions of dollars off them. That's a lien. If you mortgage your building, you can live, right? The best idea going is buy $1 billion of property, mortgage it $900 million, put in $100 million in equity, let the money supply expand 10% a year. You'll have $100 million in equity, generating $100 million return every year. Within 9 years, you'll have $2 billion in property from $100 million in equity, right? So you like the idea of leveraging up property. Property, though, means I can lease it, I can sell it, I can mortgage it. The thing that makes Bitcoin better than property is the fact that, like energy, right? If matter is energy and energy is matter, imagine I snap my hands and I decompose the energy, the matter into energy, and then I recompose energy back into matter, right? If I can do that with a hotel, I can take a 1,000-room hotel, I can decompose it into 1,000 virtual rooms, and I can send them to 1,000 cities, and I can sell each hotel room night at the highest rate and get 100% occupancy. And then if I'm smart, I'll break it into room hours, and I'll have 24,000 room hours, and I'll send that to wherever somebody wants a room hour. And then I get cuter and I turn to room minutes. And if I get really cute, I realize that I don't need it to be a hotel room. Can you imagine if I invited you to a business meeting in a hotel room with a bed in it? It's kind of creepy, right? But if I snap my fingers and the hotel room becomes an office, now I can invite you to a meeting in my virtual office, so that's not creepy anymore. And if I snap my fingers again, it becomes a conference room or a conference center or a spa or a museum. All of a sudden, I've got polymorphic real estate in cyberspace. At that point, I'm developing the property. I'm oscillating, vibrating the property. I'm decomposing and recomposing the property. One thinks about it, and you realize you go from 70% occupancy at $100 a night to 1,000% occupancy at $500 a night to 5,000% occupancy at like $18 a minute, because it's pure energy. Now it's not even property anymore, right? It just feels like pure digital energy, which is also, if you thought of it as money, money is energy. What did I do? I just loaned out the money to the highest bidder for as long as they wanted to use it. And what do they want to use it for? Maybe Apple Computer wants to build it in the iPhone. Maybe some trader in Singapore has got a way to exploit the basis trade and lock in 18% yield, but he needs to borrow $18 billion, but only for 37 minutes. Can't do that with gold. Can't do that with a building in Los Angeles. You can't even do that with US dollars in the 20th century banking system. Try sending $1 billion to someone on a Saturday afternoon for 37 minutes. You can't do it. Now try doing it between Nigeria and Zimbabwe. You know, I got a company. If I spent 20 years, I couldn't set up a banking relationship with Nigeria in 20 years. What you have, what you've got is property that's fixed on granite real estate in the 20th century. You've got gold buried in a vault. And then you've got money locked in a 20th century bank. And they're all forms of property, but they're all 20th century property that's expensive to maintain, slow to move, hard to develop. Bitcoin's 21st century property. I can move it at the speed of light. I could take my $1 billion and send it to 100 million smartphones for a minute and fetch it back. And I could do it friction-free. And then I can, you know, at some point, Apple Computer can ship the next version of the Apple iPhone chip. And that iPhone can give some feature to Bitcoin and develop it. I can use Bitcoin over the Lightning Network to provide cybersecurity to everybody on Twitter and Facebook and WhatsApp and YouTube. And I can eliminate denial of service attacks. I can eliminate spam. I can eliminate scammers. I can eliminate online hostility. I can do that by wrapping everybody's avatar or everybody's social media presence with a code of digital energy. And then if someone tries to steal from me, I fine them or they forfeit their energy. And if you want to come into my website, you have to come with that energy. And you know, we get hit with denial of service attacks. Somebody wants to launch 18 million web queries against us in an hour. Why? Just because they're mean. They're jerks. Okay, so we fight that. Why can they do it? Because it's free to hit somebody's website 18 million times an hour. There are no consequences to malfeasance. Why? Because there's no digital energy in cyberspace. So, can I use gold to make cyberspace safe for 16-year-old girls? No. Can I use property in New York? No. Can I use money on 20th century fiat rails and Visa, MasterCards? No, I can't. If you want 8 billion people to do business with each other and 100 million companies at the speed of light with no friction across 20, 30, 40 billion mobile devices, across every political domain, you're going to have to do it with digital energy, right? And the internet was stage one. It was digital information, but information is non-conservative. Digital information is non-conservative. That means that I can imitate you. That means that I can spam you. That means I can DDoS you. That means I can harass you. That means I can copy you. And there are no consequences because digital information is non-conservative. When we pair that with a monetary network, Lightning on Bitcoin, and you pair it with an asset, Bitcoin, now you have digital energy overlaying digital information. This is the basis for the 21st century cyber economy. We joke in Bitcoin, we say Bitcoin fixes this. Yeah, Bitcoin fixes everything because it's pure energy. You want to fix your family, give them an endowment that'll last forever. Here's a Bitcoin, give it to your grandson's granddaughter. You'll be rich for the next 1,000 years. Just live off of the yield of the Bitcoin. Give it to your company, give it to a park, give it to your country, put it into your product, put it into cyberspace, right? Because ultimately, what did Einstein tell us? Einstein said, matter is energy. Energy is matter. What is conservation of energy, right? Conservation of energy is the basic principle around which every machine ever invented works. Engineering is the science of it's the study of conservation of energy. If we want to build machines in cyberspace that work, and if you want to build political machines that work, you need a conservative, thermodynamically sound source of digital energy. Energy you can move at the speed of light, energy you can program on a phone, energy that'll last for 1,000 years. It's not electricity. Electricity is analog. I mean, John D. Rockefeller gave us liquid energy in the form of oil. You know, Tesla gave us electrical energy in the form of electric power. You know, Andrew Carnegie gave us metallic energy in the form of steel. These things matter. Fire, steel, electricity, oil, the basis of civilization. Bitcoin's digital energy. It's the basis of 21st century civilization.